Good midnight everyone, welcome back to your beloved Drawback Chess Speedrun, the series that I have a literally 100% win rate after years and years of playing. I just cannot lose on this website, and I'd argue today won't be any different. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. Today we're climbing from 4500 to 4600 rating points. Left for dead. You can only capture to the left. Absolutely horrifying, reveal drawback to opponent. d4. e5. As usual, if the drawback restricts my ability to capture, I'll let my opponent do the captures instead. d takes e5. Knight c6. This is not the first time I have gotten this drawback. I've played this game before. And the biggest downside of this is that my opponent can just move his king all the way to the right, and then there is physically no way I can capture his king. But I mean, if we can win the game before he can realize that fact, everything is pretty much completely fine. c4. Very aggressive. I can capture to the left. The drawback was talking about my left, not his left, because only his girlfriend left. b3. I don't want his bishop to be on that diagonal. Bishop b4 check. Basically forcing his bishop to block this check. Bishop d2. There is no reason to trade. Bishop c5 instead. At some point this capture may prove very lethal. Knight c3. Queen e7. Threatening knight d3, a smothered checkmate in one. b4. I've just realized knight d3 doesn't work, because even though my knight can capture to the left, he can actually just capture my knight, because there is no such thing as a hard pin on this website, and then my queen actually cannot capture his king because a vertical capture is definitely not to the left. And my bishop can't even take his b-pawn. What do I do now? My opponent counter-revealed. Active volcano. You can't move onto or orthogonally adjacent to f4. So at this point, I took some time off my clock to pick up my phone, and went on to Google Translate what orthogonally means, because in case you don't know, I'm not a native English speaker, and after knowing what it means, knight f3 checkmate in one. I was so happy knowing that even though knight d3 doesn't work, there was still knight f3, and completely forgot that my knight can't capture his king to the right. Never mind. It would have been a dead draw had he managed to move his king to the right, and then I back and forth my king between f5 and f4. This guy resigned in panic when he thought I checkmated him. But who cares anyway? Second game, let's go. Second game was played at 45-67, it was supposed to be 45-60, but I made it 4-5-6-7 just for fun. It's literally the same. Jumpy. When possible, you must move a piece that is being attacked. Very challenging. Reveal drawback to opponent. Okay, but at least it's not as obnoxious as the last one. e4. e6. And I've just realized that I blundered my king to either bishop b4 forcing d-pawn move or queen h4 forcing f-pawn move. Oh my god, he didn't see it. Must move my f-pawn. f3. Okay, at least now queen h4 doesn't immediately win anymore. It can only force a bomb cloud. Thank you. h4. Preventing queen h4, I am safe. Bishop c5. h5 is forced. It's alright, we got through the lethal phases. A wise man once said, when you are already at the bottom, the only way to go is up. d5. Of course I'm not opening up his queen, e5 closing down the position. Knight c6. d4. My d-pawn is trapped, so I won't have to worry about his bishop attacking it. Bishop back. g5. Bishop d7, bishop d3, g6. That blunders a pawn. F takes g6. Alright, even though I would prefer more time to develop my pieces, I just don't want to miss this one. Bishop takes g6 check. H takes g6. Rook takes h8. Massive progress, let's go, but maybe I'll need to bring in more pieces. My rook cannot capture his knight as he is defending the queen h4 threat. Knight e7. Bishop g5. c6. Man, bishop takes c7 doesn't even win anything because after queen takes my rook still has to defend h4, or I mean he can even just capture with the king. And I also don't want to trade my very strong rook for his undeveloped queen. Queen c2 instead. It's alright, I suppose he wants queen c7 developing his queen, which will finally allow my queen to infiltrate. Never mind. Very aggressive. How about a check? King f8. I'll take. Knight takes. Rook h8 check. Knight blocks, my queen can still infiltrate. He sacrificed his queen instead. Okay, I don't think I have another choice. Can't just pull the rook back after all that effort though. At least I have to walk away with some material advantage. Rook takes d8. His rook is coming over. I have to castle real quick here. Rook h8. Castle. Rook h2. And my queen is dead. Alright, I mean this is quite a drawish game. I'll just offer a draw. Draw accepted. Your opponent's drawback was crenellations. Your pawns can only move to light squares. Wait. I could have won that. His pawns couldn't promote. Mine's can. Third game, let's go. Barbarian Rage. If you captured on your last move, you must capture if able. Okay, that actually doesn't sound too bad. We finally get something that is actually manageable. Reveal drawback to opponent. My opponent's name is literally no reveal. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot of testosterone, but I'll say he is a very realistic guy. e4. And to my surprise, my opponent counter-revealed. Sorry for calling you a coward earlier. Horse eats first, as long as you have a knight. You can only capture with knights. I win. d5. I'll use my queen to end this game real fast. Knight c3. Okay, of course I cannot take that pawn because it will lead to an unstoppable chain of capture due to my drawback. Queen d6. Threatening queen takes h2, he cannot capture my queen. Knight f3. Okay, that knight can defend h2, therefore the solution is very simple. I just have to take that knight. As long as he still has one knight, his drawback still applies. Knight takes d5. Aha! Now if I go queen takes f3, there is knight takes c7 check, and then since I activated my drawback, I am forced to make another capture move and blunder my king. Therefore before he can even check my king, I will check his king first. Knight e3. Queen takes e3 check. One draw and 2 wins. Drawback chess speed run today. 200% win rate.